That you're seated, please state your name in full, then spell your last name for the court's record.
My name's Lori Woolen Weber, WOLLENWEBER.
Go ahead, come. Okay. And now, is your real name Lorna, or is it really Lori?
My given name is Lorna.
Okay, but you
and
like
it's
to
only
call.
on my driver's license.
Okay, so we'll call you Lori.
Lori.
Is that okay?
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, Lori, do you know Kevin West?
I do.
And you see him in the courtroom?
I do. My handsome boy right there.
Okay. And so does that mean he's your son?
He is.
And now where do you live at?
I live in Eugene.
And do you live there with anybody else?
Okay, so this is his mama. So this is his mama, and she up there. She said, that's her handsome boy over there. Look, she makes sure y'all know he handsome. She just couldn't say that's her son. That's my handsome boy over there. Okay, mama, go ahead. Maybe the creepy stuff runs in the family because
With my husband, Bill.
Is that Kevin's father?
No, it's his stepfather.
And do you, besides your husband Bill, who else lives there, if anybody?
No. Well, I guess I should say our daughter is staying with us at this time. Health issues.
Is Eugene, is that where, I mean, you lived there a long time?
All my life.
Does that mean that Kevin was born and raised there?
Yes.
And so you raised him all the way through school, turned him into an adult, and here we are, right?
Yes.
Now, when he was down there, I suppose he was a normal kid, went to high school, played sports and all that.
Objection, relevance.
And so, did you ever become aware of Marcy?
Oh, yes.
Okay. How did you first find out about her?
Oh, Kevin transported. He was on a non-emergency vehicle at that time working, and they made several trips with patients to and from the hospital, and she was working on one of the floors. So he met her that.
Okay. And do you recall first meeting her?
Oh boy, that was a long time ago. But yes, I remember meeting her. I think he brought her to the house.
Okay. Had you heard about her before you met her?
Oh, yes.
How much time do you think went by before you heard about her and then you met her?
Oh boy, that's reaching way back. It was pretty quick.
Okay. And where did you meet her?
At our home.
And so your first meeting, you got along with her just fine, I take it?
Oh, yes.
And now, so they became a couple as far as you know in Eugene, is that right?
They did.
And how old was Kevin at that time, if you know?
My guess would be 19 or 20.
And how old was Marcy, if you remember?
She's a year younger than Kevin.
Okay. And from what you could observe, did they start dating and become a couple?
They did.
And how long did they stay in Eugene before they moved away, if in fact they moved away?
I don't remember exactly, but Kevin was still in school, getting his paramedic, and they did live in an apartment together. I suppose they were there for, my guess would be 6 months. And then he did apply up in Washington and came up here for training.
Okay, so you say he was in paramedic school, finished that, got a job up here?
Yes.
Is that working essentially for the same people he worked for up until recently?
Yes.
And did you attend their wedding?
Yes.
Where was that?
At McMenamins in
Okay, Big McMenamins place?
Yeah.
Okay,
Edgewood,
right.
Edgefield.
Okay, so they, now at some point, we understand they had children, is that right?
Yes,
And who are the kids?
Ted and Megan,
Do you stay in contact with Ted and Megan?
yes.
And so, once they moved up here, they got married, did you ever come up to visit them?
Yes.
And how often would you come up here over the years?
Well, I would say we both visited each other, so we would see each other at least once a month. And they'd either come down or we'd come up.
When you came up here, would you stay in their home?
Yes.
And what was your relationship like with Marcy?
Well, I adored Marcy. It was hard to get to know her though, and I kind of had to pull things out of her. It saddened me a little bit that we couldn't become closer, but she was, I think, shy.
But you liked her.
Oh,
Did she, at any point share with you any concern she had about any kind of pain or sensation she
Objection
was having?
hearsay.
Sorry.
Objection hearsay.
Present sense impression.
Okay, apparently I need to resolve an issue outside the court. Motion will pass and go down to the
Did Marcy ever complain of any pain that she was experiencing?
yes.
And what kind of pain would that be?
It was chest pain.
So she would say, I'm having chest pain, something like that? Yeah. And how often did that happen?
You know, I don't know how long it went on. I had heard about it through Kevin first.
When was the first time she said, I'm having chest pain? When was the first time she was experiencing that and told you about it? Was it like within 3 months of her passing, a year, just ballpark?
Oh, yes, within 3 months.
Okay. Did she also complain about experiencing a headache? Did she ever explain to you that she was experiencing a headache?
Yes.
And how often did that happen?
I would say frequently. I think a lot of people have headaches, and so I don't think she was real worried about it, but she got headaches.
Okay, she would tell you, oh, I've got a headache, something
Yeah.
like that? Okay. And then going back, how far before the time she passed was that?
Further than 3 months. I remember when we went to Disney World, and I think she was having some headaches at that time.
Was she complaining about the headaches at that time?
Yeah, it wasn't, I don't think that it was anything like this,
But it was something that happened pretty frequently.
but yes.
question from every officer.
In the 3 months prior to Marcy's death, how many times did you see her?
Well, I believe we went camping in August. We usually like to do a family camp in July or August, so I believe was then. And like I said, we saw each other, at least once a month. So then, I think Kevin went hunting, so we didn't see them again until Christmas. I don't remember Thanksgiving that year. I don't know if Kevin was working, but I know we saw her on Christmas
Okay. And was that at Marcy's residence or at your residence?
at our house.
And how long was she there for?
We usually try to do 2 or 3 days.
Was she there for 2 or 3
But-
days?
It's hard to remember. I'm not real, I don't know if I recall. And oftentimes she would stay with her mom, or one of the kids would go over with her and stay with her mom. But she was with us on Christmas. And then we'd see her again.
And then what?
We would see her again,
When would you see her again?
probably after their Christmas, or sometimes they would have their, maybe I should say, it's hard for me to remember 2 years ago. I'm not exactly sure, so I guess I can't say.
So it's possible that in the 3 months prior to her death, which was January 8th, you only saw her one time?
No, I saw her in August. We all
Well,
went,
that's beyond 3 months prior to January 8th, right?
right, because Kevin went camping. Yes, we probably saw her at Christmas. I don't think we saw her for Thanksgiving.
So you're saying at Christmas she was complaining to you of chest pains?
She wasn't complaining. I asked her about it. And I said, I'm concerned about you. I hear that, because she and I we didn't really talk on the phone. And we didn't really have that kind of a relationship. We texted about the kids and so forth, but health issues, she was pretty private. But when she came for Christmas, I talked to her about it. I'd heard from Kevin that she was complaining of chest pains, and he encouraged her to go to the doctor. And my conversation with her at Christmas was that I really wanted her to take it seriously. And she didn't seem too concerned, but I just said that's just nothing to mess around with. You really should go to the doctor, but she didn't want to go.
So it sounds like you were more concerned about chest pains than Marcy was. Is that fair?
That's not fair. What I am saying is that she didn't want to talk about it.
Okay, so exactly what did Marcy say about her chest pains?
I don't recall our exact conversation. I remember what I said, and I guess that's kind of a memory thing. Sometimes it's been 2 years, so I don't remember what she said. All I know is that she didn't want to go to the doctor. She had scans and.
Okay, and as far as the headaches, when was, prior to her death, when was the last time that she reported to you that she was having a headache?
Well, it would have been either, within the 3 months. It would
No,
have-
just what was the last time before her death that she reported to you she was having a headache?
Probably camping
August?
in August.
And you said that it didn't appear like a migraine or anything
No.
serious? Okay, and prior to August, when would she have told you she was having a headache?
I don't recall.
Okay, so just one time in August.
During that time, I don't remember.
I have no further questions for the officer.
Okay, you completed your office too?
No, but prior to the camping trip, were there other times when she complained to you of having a headache?
Sorry, I don't recall.
Did she complain to you of having chest pains prior to the camping trip?
No.
Nothing else?
Are you still intending to offer the other?
No, I'm not yet.
Okay, bring in the jury. Welcome back. Do you have additional questions?
There you are. So you say that you saw them pretty frequently over the years through the marriage.
Yes.
When was the last time you saw them? Together?
Together
Yes.
was at Christmas,
Was that in 2024, 2023?
23.
Okay. But before that, how often have you seen them, you think?
Oh, quite often we go on vacations together or, if Megan had a dance recital, we'd be up there to see them.
As far as
Nearly every month.
okay, as far as their relationship goes, how did they appear? Did they appear happy, not happy? What was your impression in watching?
I believe Kevin and Marcy loved each other. I think they grew out of being in love. If that makes sense.
And
I think their marriage was
Sorry,
straight.
you need to listen to the question asked and answer that question. You're not being asked to give your subjective opinions, you're being asked what you observed. So re-listen to the question and then answer that question.
Thank you.
I'll try to ask a more specific question here. It wasn't always like that though. Like in the early days, was it better than that?
Oh, yes.
Okay. When did you see a change at some point in their relationship?
After they had kids.
And would you say they were an affectionate couple?
No.
And why do you say that?
I think Marcy was very private and didn't show her emotions. That was just Marcy. And Kevin would always go up and, well, I shouldn't say always, but he would go up to her and hug her and she'd kind of go through the motions. But I wouldn't say affectionate.
You say that goes back to about the time the kids were born, roughly?
As they were growing, yeah.
And now the last time you stayed there at their house, you say it was at Christmas time of 2023, correct?
No, they stayed at our house.
Okay, oh, I see. When was the last time you stayed at Kevin and Marcy's before Marcy passed?
It was probably in the spring, I would imagine. What would the timeline now, what we would have been doing. Like I said, we always went to see Megan's dance. I'm sure she always had a recital at the end of the year, so it may have been June, I would guess, May or June.
Okay,
So
and did you stay overnight? Did you stay overnight at that time?
yes,
Where did you stay? Where did you sleep, that is?
at their house.
I mean, what,
And
in there, where in
We
the
have a
house?
guest room
Okay.
upstairs.
Do you know where they slept?
Yes,
Where did they sleep?
in their bedroom.
Did they sleep together as far as you know?
Oh, yes.
And when you say they came down to Christmas to your place, where did they sleep at your place?
Well, like I said, I can't remember if she went to stay at her mom's. Usually she'd go over to her mom's. That way she could spend time with her when she was in Eugene. So, and we have a small home. So I think, Kevin and the kids or one of the kids stayed in the guest room.
as far as raising the kids together, how did they do from your observations?
Objection, relevance?
Staying as to the way the question flows.
Did you have a chance to observe how they, as a team, how they would raise their kids?
Yes.
And what was your impression of how they raised their kids together?
They were good partners.
And you say the last time you saw them together was Eugene, Christmas of 2023.
Yes.
Okay, and they were still behaving as good partners, raising their kids?
It was strange.
Strange?
But yes, they were always good partners with the kids.
Now, sometime at you point you met Cynthia, is that right?
Yes.
When was that?
I was trying to remember. But I believe it was in the fall. I remember they came up and it was cool, and I know we sat out on the patio. So it might have been late September, early October,
Where did you meet her?
at our home.
Oh, so they came down to Eugene.
Yes.
Okay. And what was your understanding of what the relationship was like?
Well, I knew in advance that he was seeing her. I don't remember when they got back together. Might have been July.
Okay. But you met her, you said, I'm sorry, was it September you met her?
I believe it was early October.
Okay. And they came down to your place and you understood she was the woman he was seeing. She was a girlfriend.
Yes.
Okay. Did they try to hide that from you or were they pretty open about it?
No, they were open, and Kevin had talked to me about it.
And did you accept Cynthia?
I love Cynthia. I did. She's very personable and loving and affectionate.
Objection, non-responsive. And improper.
Stand the objection, let the answer stand as is.
Thank you. Okay, tonight, without telling me what he said, did Kevin at some point explain to you or tell you about what happened the night that Marcy passed? Don't tell me what he said, just did he tell you about it?
Yes,
He explained what happened?
yes.
Okay. Now strike it. How did you find out that Marcy had passed away?
Kevin called.
Okay, do you remember what time of day it was or?
Well, he couldn't get a hold of me because I was asleep. It was quite early. And he did call my husband and got a hold of him. And I think by the time I talked to him, it may have been about 5 a.m. He was driving, well, he wasn't driving, his friend Scott was driving him and Ted up to pick up Megan at school.
Okay, and how was he on the phone? Emotionally, how?
Just very distraught. They were very upset.
Could you understand him okay?
Yes,
But he was pretty emotional?
yes.
Was he crying?
Oh, yes.
And so after that, when did you first see Kevin after that?
That morning, I drove up.
Drove right away?
Yes,
What time did you get to his house? Or did you go to his house?
yes, I did.
What time did you get
I got there about 9:30 or 10.
there? Was he there?
No, they hadn't gotten back yet. But they might have gotten back about 11.
Were there other people around when you got there?
No,
Okay, so you waited for Kevin, he came back, I take it.
yes.
Okay, how was he doing when he got back?
Everyone was pretty upset, but yes. We hugged and consoled each other, and
Did you stay the whole day?
I stayed longer than the whole day.
How long did you stay at his house when you went there?
This was, I believe, a Sunday morning, whatever the 8th was. I stayed the week and then I went home and then came back.
So throughout that first day, everybody behaves differently. How was he acting throughout the day? Can you kind of generally describe that?
Oh, just thinking of Kevin, he loved her. It was very hard.
Objection, non-responsive.
But how did he
I'll
behave?
sustain the objection, disregard the last comment. Listen, repeat the question.
Was he, how was he behaving emotionally? Just what did you observe of his emotional state?
Very emotional, crying, distraught. He was trying to console the kids. We all were. So it was a very tough day.
Would you say he was just crying and distraught constantly the whole day, or were there periods where he wasn't like that?
Well, there were periods he wasn't when he was talking to the kids or us or whatever, but most of the time, I would say, it's really, that was a really hard time, I think, for him to go through.
While you were staying there that week, where did Kevin sleep, if you know?
I'm thinking that he either slept in Ted's room or on the couch.
Okay, not in the master bedroom?
No. Let's see, we had Megan home. No, not in the master bedroom.
Okay. Did he go into the master bedroom?
That was really hard. He had to, it was his shower, their shower, and his closet was in there. It was very painful.
Objection, non-responsive.
Overruled this responsive, but she's answered the question, so that's enough of that.
Thank you. Okay. Now, did you at some point become aware of the furniture being moved out of the bedroom?
I wasn't present when that was done.
Okay. You didn't play a role in planning its removal or anything like that?
I did.
You did? What role did you play?
I was trying to console Kevin. He, every time he went through there, all he could see, he'd just break down. and say,
Objection, non-responsive, and hearsay.
Sustain the objection.
Okay. So, why were you trying to help him? You say you assisted. Why did you assist him? You can answer that.
Objection, relevance.
I can.
Yes.
It was very difficult to sleep in the same bed that she passed.
Okay. So then you assisted him. How did you assist?
Well, I made suggestions. He never liked the bed in the first place, the frame, and came with the house. And he says, I never liked the bed anyway. I'm not sure Marcy did either.
Objection, hearsay.
Yes.
Overruled I sustain the objection on non-responsive grounds. Ask the question again, listen to the question, answer the question asked.
This is kind of
I'm sorry.
tough. No, you're fine. And so you assisted. How did you assist? Just tell me how you assisted.
I suggested to him that maybe he could get another bed and put it on the other side of the room. He said he didn't really care. He could have an
Objection.
Okay, so that's fine. That's a great answer right there. But you didn't actually help him move the furniture, right?
I did not.
Okay. Did you assist in getting rid of any of the bedding involved in this case?
On their bed,
Yes.
maybe a blanket, I did,
Would it be a comforter?
yes.
Okay. And what did you do with regard to the comforter?
Oh, well, I folded it up and put it in the hall closet.
Okay. Did you dispose of any of the bedding?
Not that bedding, my daughter did,
Your daughter disposed of the bedding?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, all right, thank you. Just hold on, the state will have questions.
Cross-examination?
So you indicated that you were there at 9:30 or 10 a.m.
Yes,
on the 8th,
yes,
and there was no one else there?
No.
Mark Woodland wasn't there?
no,
And on the 8th, after Marcy's death, did you observe Kevin speaking with Cynthia?
I did not.
So were you with him the entire time?
Well, no,
When were you first aware of Kevin's affair with Cynthia?
I believe it was late August or September.
Did you know about the affair when it originally began in 2004?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yes. Did you know about the affair when it originally began in 2004?
I did not.
And you were very supportive of the relationship between Kevin and Cynthia, even while Marcy was alive, correct?
I was supportive of my son. I love my son.
And you were supportive of their relationship, correct?
I was supportive of my son.
And you viewed Cynthia like a daughter even prior to Marcy's death, correct?
Later, as I got to know her
But prior to Marcy's death.
as a daughter, it takes time to build a relationship.
Did you talk about wanting to adopt her as a daughter?
I think we had a funny conversation about that because she was just a sweet girl.
And your son, Mr. West, expressed to you that he planned to marry Cynthia prior to Marcy's death, correct?
I don't recall that. No.
And he told you that he had retained a defensive or an attorney for his divorce.
I know that he was planning to. We had several conversations about that. I encouraged him to. Could I elaborate?
Did he tell you that he had met with an attorney and paid her $1,000?
Yes, he did.
And also that he provided that attorney financial documents related to the divorce.
I'm unaware.
And you knew based on your communications that he had every intention of leaving Marcy and moving on with Cynthia, did you not?
Not at that time, no.
Not at what time?
They were planning a wedding and it was very, very important to Marcy. Megan was getting married in July.
So what you're saying is that you thought that he was going to wait longer?
Kevin and I had deep conversations about that, and he didn't want to hurt Marcy or Megan. He was, that's a really hard decision to make when you don't want to hurt your loved ones.
Okay. You knew that he was very unhappy in his marriage with Marcy, correct?
Yes.
When did Kevin first discuss divorcing Marcy with you?
Divorcing.
Yes.
they had counseling, I believe, 2 years prior. And they were trying to work out some problems. And he had moved out into a trailer, into his trailer on a friend's property.
This is 2 years prior to Marcy's death,
Oh, yes, it was 2 years prior,
so 2021.
around there.
What is your phone number?
Do I need to state that? So
Are
it's
you asking
public?
for her phone number today?
I'm showing you what's been previously admitted as plaintiff, or 178.
Okay. I don't have my glasses.
Is that your phone number depicted on 178?
Oh boy, that's really small. Yes, it is.
And you indicated to the best of your memory that you got there at 9 or 10 a.m.
At their house on
on the 8th.
the 8th? No, not 9 o'clock. I wouldn't have gotten there that early.
When did you get there?
It was probably more like 10 or 10:30.
Is it possible
What
it
I
was closer?
said before, but I know that, I think they got back about 11 or 11:30.
And you're saying you were there when they got back?
So, yes, I was there.
Would it help to refresh your recollection potentially to review your text messages that you sent at that time?
You know, yes, it would.
Okay.
It's been 2 years, so please forgive me. Glasses. Okay,
If I may, Lori, with this on, returning.
just reading, yeah, thank you so much. Okay, and so this would be him.
This one's
I'm
out.
not sure really what I'm looking at. This was on the 8th. And this is a text message. Here, got in fine. Oh, yes, okay, so that's me. Okay. And that was, does it have a time on here?
Let's see. Great.
It's very small.
Is it possible that you texted Kevin here, got in fine on the 8th at 2:38, almost 2:39 p.m.?
Oh, no, I was there in the morning. I was there before they got there.
And you threw Mr. West a birthday party in January of 2024?
Yes,
And where was that at?
it was at Kevin's house.
And what date was that on?
There was an ice storm and his birthday's on the 18th, so we missed his birthday. It was his 50th. And I just wanted to see my son. We were in
The question was-
Eugene.
If I could,
Uh,
the question is, what was the date? What date was the party on?
It was Saturday.
Okay.
Whatever,
Close in time
after his birthday, and I just don't remember.
It's a couple
If
days
I could
after.
look at the calendar, I could tell you.
Showing the witness what's been admitted is 162. There's a calendar of January of 2024.
Thank you. His birthday was on a Thursday, and so it was Saturday the 20th.
And did you invite Cynthia to that party?
Kids?
Cynthia.
Yes,
And was that the time that the plan was that she was going to be introduced to the children?
that wasn't the goal, but she was introduced to the children as a friend.
Do you know how long it was after that that she was introduced as his girlfriend?
I don't know.
Was she introduced as a friend of Kevin's or a friend of someone else's?
His sisters.
And Kevin's your son, correct? And you love him very much.
Yes, I do.
And have you been visiting with Mr. West during this trial?
Not staying with him, no.
Have you been to his residence during this trial?
I have not.
When was the last time that you stayed at the residence that he shares with Cynthia?
Christmas. Oh, no, we didn't stay overnight. We just went for the day.
And isn't it true that you were not particularly fond of Marcy or their relationship?
But I wasn't particularly fond of Marcy.
Yes.
That is not true. I wasn't close to Marcy. We didn't have that close-knit relationship that I really wanted.
You preferred Cynthia for Kevin over Marcy, correct?
That's really rude.
Is it true?
No, it's rude. It's not that I preferred her. It's
Okay,
not.
you've answered the question. Do you
It
have
wasn't
any
my
additional-
relationship.
I'm sorry, you've answered the question. Do you have any additional questions?
No, yeah.
Read the record. Okay.
Now, Laura, you said that earlier, you were asked if you knew about the affair that Kevin had with Cynthia back in 2004. Do you remember being asked about that? You said you didn't know.
In 2004?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, can you tell me?
It's a bad question. Let me start.
I'm sorry, she upset me.
So you were asked if you knew about the affair that Kevin had with Cynthia about 20 years earlier. Do you recall that?
Oh, yeah.
And you said you weren't aware of that.
I was not.
Okay. But you have become aware of that before today, correct?
Yes,
And that's because Kevin and Cindy told you they had an affair
yes.
back then. And then when you say they separated, you said it was a couple of years ago. Could it have been 10 years ago? From now? Okay. And you just recall that he stayed in his trailer on a friend's property, is that right? Is that what
Yes,
you
you
said?
did.
Okay. So you remember it more by the event than the exact date.
Yes.
Are you aware of any other separations between them? Where they lived apart for a pretty good period?
A short time. At that time, they lived apart for maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if they separated.
Okay, that's fine, thank you.
We go,
No.
and the witness speaks to you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
All right, you're free to go. Don't discuss your testimony with other witnesses.
The mom was like, that's rude. And I was thinking the same thing that Alicia said, because I'm like, yeah, but she was probably the same one to let her parade in the house, come over, like he was able to bring his side chick over there, the mistress over there. Like, give me a break. Don't be talking about that's rude. No, just call a spade a spade. Yeah, you didn't have a problem with it. Yeah, mom's rude. That's the thing. Like, y'all remember that him and Cynthia, this wasn't their first rendezvous. Like, this is not the first time that they had interacted with each other. So they had been together at some point in time when Ted was first born. Because remember, she was the babysitter while him and Marcy were going to marriage counseling. So she was Auntie Amy's friend. That's how she was introduced to everybody. So don't be trying to act like you didn't know. And then they stopped messing around for a whole bunch of years. And then she came back. And now all the family loves Cynthia and Marcy gone. Like, they are so wrong. They are so wrong. Like, they so wrong. But the thing is that I guess as his family, they don't have a choice. I guess they do have a choice. But I guess as a family, yeah, she knew what was going on. Talk about so rude. Coming there, running in there, getting on the stand, talking about her handsome son. Don't nobody care about your handsome son. Lady, bye. Okay, let's see who we got on here next. I can't wait to hear these text messages, y'all. Because we didn't get to hear the text messages, and I can't wait to hear what him and Marcy, because this is probably going to show the arguing back and forth. Because remember, we didn't hear none of this evidence, and we were able to determine, at least most of us here, were able to determine that he guilty. He guilty. And you know, what amazes me is, like, I don't know how people that know they did some stuff, like, I don't bind, y'all. I don't know how he keep coming into court, because I would be like, I bet you this is why he had to take the stand. Let's see who's next.
You've been excused, so you're free to come into the courtroom and stay if you like. Your next witness.
Check the hallway, Judge.
She using her son glasses. Oh gosh, I cannot. She using the son reading glasses. Yeah, she was not a good witness. No, she was not. None of his witnesses were good, y'all. All they did was, in my opinion, make him seem like he is really grasping for straws. He is scrambling, he is scraping, he is trying his best in any way, shape, form, or fashion to get somebody.
Oh, Amy Davis. You just want her to be-
Come forward, please. Stop and
Okay,
raise
who
your
was
right
this
hand.
coming to the stand?
Do you swear or affirm that any testimony given this trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you?
Yes, I do.
You can see the evidence.
Thank you.
Now that you're seated, please state your name in full, then spell your last name for the court's record.
Okay, Amy Davis, last name Davis.
Go ahead, counsel.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Ms. Davis.
Good afternoon.
And Ms. Davis, what is your relationship, if any, to Kevin?
Kevin is my brother.
So you were born,
We're 2.5 years apart. We grew up very close, very close in school. Our friends, we all have the same friends.
you grew up in Eugene.
Eugene, Oregon.
And now, at some point, did you become aware of Marcy while you were still living in Eugene?
Yes. It was in 2000, I believe, when she worked at Peace Health. And my brother and my dad at the time shared a house, and I met her first at that home.
At your mom and dad's house?
They lived, it was a duplex. My brother and my dad briefly shared a space there. And I met her at that home.
Okay. And how was your first meeting? Get along okay?
Yeah.
And so now have you stayed in pretty good touch with Kevin over the years?
Yes.
And you understand he got married to Marcy at some point.
Yes.
Did you go to the wedding?
I did. I was in the wedding.
Oh, you were in the party?
I was.
Okay, where was the wedding?
It was at McMiniman's. I think it was Forest Grove, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
It was one of the McMiniman's. It was a beautiful wedding.
Right. So they got married. You recall when they had kids?
Yeah, I was present for Ted being born.
Okay.
And Megan, I was on the way, but I missed it with Megan. But I was there at the hospital.
And Now, when I asked you if you stayed in touch with Kevin, did you also stay in touch with Marcy over the years?
Family gatherings, camping trips, we'd go visit with them, and I didn't communicate with her, usually by phone. But, we saw each other, at our events that we had.
How close would you say you were to Marcy?
I wouldn't say we were close. I loved my sister-in-law, but we're just very different personalities. I love everyone in the room kind of person, and she's just
Objection, non-responsive.
You've answered the question.
okay. Thank you.
And now, did you see them often enough to where you were able to observe their relationship? And I'm talking about Marcy.
Yes.
What were your observations of the quality of their relationship?
It was strained. They had good times, bad times, but it was very strained.
Was it always that way?
It wasn't always that way, but from the beginning, I feel like there was just very different interests, but they had lots of love for each other, and we saw that through the kids, and she poured everything into her kids.
Okay, so Marcy cared a lot about her kids.
Absolutely.
Okay, and you're saying that together they raised the kids well?
Yeah, I mean, they both were, invested in their kids. Kevin's an amazing dad. Marcy was very,
Non-responsive and commenting on character of another potential witness.
I'm gonna let the answer stand over the objection. Listen to the question and answer that question. Not to state personal opinions or observations about any part of it. So let's try again.
Probably one of my questions.
Sorry.
We tried to. So, do you recall a time when the relationship seemed to change? You said it was good in the beginning. At what point can you relate it to any events?
there was a lot of issues around she didn't like the fire department. That was always a big thing.
So was it when you went to work for the fire department? Is that what you said?
In the beginning, I think it was fine, but she didn't want any part really of the fire department, and she made that clear. That I was present for
Objection.
arguments about that.
And did you?
I'm sorry, but apparently there's an objection.
Oh, John.
Next question.
Now, over the years, did you have any time to spend like overnight time at their home?
I did.
And so they moved away in the early 2000s, right?
Yeah, I'm not exactly when, but yes, you're correct.
Moved up here. Over the years, typically, how often would you stay overnight with them at their house, like in a given year or so?
A handful of times at least. When they were at their first home, I stayed quite a bit. My daughters.
And then when you, no, sorry, at the last home, do you remember the last home they lived in?
Yeah.
You remember when they moved in there?
The one on in the newest.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I don't recall exactly. It might have been 20. I don't know. I shouldn't speculate. I apologize.
From the time they moved in until Marcy passed away, were you staying there fairly regularly for whatever period of time?
Yeah, again, a handful of times I was there, but I can't tell you how many times.
Where would you sleep when you're there?
I would usually sleep in the guest room. I've pretty much slept in every room, but I would usually sleep in the guest room up the stairs right to the U-turn right and go straight back.
Okay. And did you go up there with anybody else, or is it just you?
It was usually my three daughters. Now they're adults, but yeah. Usually it was Katie, and Allie, my middle and my youngest.
Okay. And so when you stay there, would you say it was you're I'm trying to get an idea how often you stayed. Was it every month, every 6 months? How often do you think? Ballpark?
Maybe 3 times every maybe 4 to 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly can't put a exact, but it's more, I would say anywhere between 5 and 10 times.
Okay. Every other month, something like that?
something like that.
Okay, and would you stay for just one night or two?
No, we'd usually go out for at least Friday through Sunday, or we'd stay a week, or
And when you would stay there, you say you'd sleep in the guest room or some other spare room.
yeah.
Where did Kevin and Marcy sleep?
They slept in right up the stairs, and there was their master right there at the top of the stairs.
So when you go up the stairs and immediately to the right is the guest room.
Uh-huh.
And then take a left and to the right, that's the master room.
Correct.
And you were aware that they were sleeping in there together.
I was some time ago, yeah.
Okay. When was the last time you stayed there?
Last time I stayed there, I was there quite frequently. I'm sorry.
The last time before Marcy passed away, when was the last time you stayed there, if you recall?
I believe 2 months prior.
Okay. And at that time, where did you sleep?
I might have slept in the guest room, but if my mom and my stepdad were there, they would be in the guest room, and Ted, I'd always usually sleep in his room, and he would sleep on the couch probably.
If you know, where did Kevin and Marcy sleep?
I'm sorry, can you repeat
If you know, where did Kevin and Marcy sleep?
that? In the master bedroom.
And you say that was within a couple of months of Marcy passing, or was there an event you can think of?
I don't recall when I honestly don't remember the event I was there. I know I was there for Megan. She had a dance recital. Cannot tell you what month that was in, but it wasn't that far back.
Okay.
And my parents were there. I was there.
And now, when was the last time you saw Marcy?
Christmas Day, 23.
Okay. Christmas Day, and where was that?
That was in Eugene, Oregon, at my mom and my stepdad's house.
And so Christmas Day, how did they seem together on Christmas Day?
Like usual, how it seemed very strained, but that was normal. She would be on one couch, she'd be on the other. Sometimes they'd be together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Strained,
kind of had its good times, its bad times?
like any relationship. Yeah.
Okay. And so, now you've met Cynthia Ward, is that right?
I have.
When did you first meet her?
I first met her. I don't have the exact date. It was before the gathering on the 20th, maybe a few days before.
Okay, when you say the 20th, was that, I guess, kind of a birthday party for Kevin?
Yeah, I wouldn't categorize it as a party, but no one felt like a party. But we did get together. Kevin's birthday was on the 18th. We missed it. There was an ice storm and Marcy just passing. But we were there on the 20th. It's when the roads cleared up.
You say it wasn't really a party.
No.
So what was the intent of the gathering?
The intent of the gathering was just to come together, love and support Kevin, my niece and nephew. His birthday, of course, was, like I said, his 50th was the 18th. And it was just us coming together. And we were aching for all of them. We just wanted to be there and love and support everyone.
Was there any discussion of Marcy? Don't tell what everybody said, but was there any?
Absolutely.
Okay, so kind of reminiscing that kind of thing?
Yeah, we laughed, we cried, we shared stories.
Objection, non-responsive.
So when, now you say that's where you met Cynthia, or you met her earlier?
I met her, like I said, I'm sorry, I don't have the exact date, but I think a few days before the gathering,
So-
maybe 5 days at the most.
So the first time you met her was after Marcy had passed away?
Correct.
Did you know about her before that?
I did.
Like how far back was it that you heard about her?
So in my state's interview, it's sometimes I think September, October, I'm not clear on it, but I believe it was at the very end of summer in September into October, but I don't know exactly what date.
Okay, and how did you find out?
My brother told me.
And were you aware that it was a romantic relationship?
Yes.
Did you try to hide that from me?
No.
And so you meet her a few days before this gathering, this birthday / memorial that you're talking about. And you'd already met Cynthia before. And Whose idea was it for her to be at the party, if you know?
Yeah, my mom presented it to me, and I thought it was a great idea. I just wanted to do whatever we could to wrap Kevin up and the kids.
And now, how was she presented to the group, if you recall?
I do recall she was presented as, I introduced her as my friend.
Okay, which is not entirely true, is that?
I didn't have a long history with her, but there was an instant connection, so I would consider her my friend even at that time.
Why did you present her as your friend?
I felt that it was appropriate, that I stand by that decision. It was more comfortable that way. And at the core of their relationship, Kevin and Cynthia, there's a deep friendship, and it wasn't anything romantic. Yeah, sorry.
So were you trying to spare anybody's feelings?
It just wasn't my story to tell, and that's up to Kevin. And I just thought it was my idea, and it was appropriate to do it that way. And then when he was ready, then he could tell his story.
Were you under the impression that his kids knew about it before the party?
No.
You don't have, or you did not think they knew?
No, I didn't think they knew. I didn't ask either.
Did you become aware of them figuring it out as they gathered?
I didn't become aware of it. I can't speak for if I wasn't there for it, but I don't know when that conversation took place with his kids.
So how did you find out about Marcy passing?
My mom called me early in the morning on the 8th, and she told me, and we were staying.
And where were you at that time?
I was in Eugene, Oregon.
Were you staying with your mother at the time?
No, my home in Eugene.
Okay. And so did you, what, if anything, did you do once you found out what you?
Yeah, I was just in complete shock. It was just gut-wrenching. I didn't want to call my brother at that time, right at that moment, because I'm sure he was going, I can only imagine what he was
Question
going
was what
through.
you did, not what you did. Let's have a question asked, answer that question.
Okay, I apologize. Okay.
So
So I called my brother, he called me, I believe, on the way.
okay, you called him when you were on the way there.
Sorry, I apologize. He called me in the morning when he was headed to get Megan. That's the first time I got to talk to my brother.
Okay, so he talked to you on the car ride up to see you.
When Scott spoke to me, yeah.
How was it?
He was, he couldn't even talk. He was so upset. And we were both crying on the phone. It was such a difficult phone call.
Did you go up to his house later that day?
I did not, for the sole reason that my mom and my biological dad were both heading there. Sorry. And I just wanted him to have time with them and with their son. And I wish I could go back because I would have been there in a second. I just wanted to do that.
I'll sustain the objection. You've answered the question. Next question.
So when did you see, I'm sorry, when did you see Kevin first after Mercy passed?
I went up early on the next day.
Okay, all right. Early in the night, call what time?
Super early. I think we maybe left at 6:30, maybe before, and got there in the morning.
Was anybody else there?
At the house or with me?
Oh, well,
Okay. My two daughters were with me. My middle daughter couldn't get off work in time. So yeah, just us three heading in.
when you got there, was anybody else there?
Yes. My mom was there. My dad from Ben's West was there. Ted and Megan were there.
And how was Kevin doing emotionally that day?
Completely undone. It was a roller coaster.
Roller coaster. So sometimes bad or sometimes very emotional.
Abs-
Sorry.
Objection, counsel testifying waiting.
I'll remove the objection to the first thing. He's asking questions. It is leading, so I'll sustain the objection on that.
When you say roller coaster,
It was crying uncontrollably, couldn't talk. Then kind of just wandering around in the daze, not even knowing what to do, total shock. It was just gut wrenching, and just he couldn't save her, and it was so hard.
no, I'm not gonna ask you to tell me what he said, but did Kevin ever tell you what happened the night with Marcy, when she passed? And you don't have to tell me what it was,
Sure.
just did he?
In a group setting, yes.
Now, were you aware of any of the removal of the furniture or bedding from the house?
The bedding, the removal, no, I wasn't aware of it when it happened, but I did learn about it after.
Did you play any role in taking anything out of the house?
No, I did not. I did, I made the decision, we didn't know what to do, we just wanted to help. And I made the decision to go into, the master and, remove the sheets and wash them, launder them. I'm just imagining.
Okay. Did you, just the sheets, or did you do anything with the comforter or anything like that?
No, I didn't, just the sheets, and I also, disposed of her pillow, and right or wrong, that's what I did. I stand by that.
And, no, was that on the 9th? when you did it?
That was on the 9th, correct?
And then have you seen Kevin pretty regularly since that time?
Yes.
That's all the questions I have. Just hold on, Skate might have questions.
Okay, thank you.
Cross-examination.
Yes, thank you.
And Amy, as mentioned, you are Kevin's sister,
I am.
correct? And you care about your brother,
Of course I did.
and you've spoken with him in the time since he's been charged with Marcy West.
Yes,
And you visited with him,
yes,
and you indicated on direct examination that you were aware of Cynthia prior to Marcy's death, correct?
correct.
And Mr. West also was texting with you prior to you all getting together on January 24th for Christmas. Or was he texting with you prior to that meeting?
Prior to, you said the 24th, and then you said Christmas, so you do mean
Oh.
Christmas?
Were you and Mr. West texting prior to when you all saw each other on Christmas?
I imagine so.
And did he relate to you that Marcy was going to be there?
I imagine so. I know my mom told me that as well.
And he had texted you, I just need help getting through this one. Yes.
I don't remember. I can look at my phone, but if that's what it says, then that's accurate.
And just I'm not going to read it out loud or anything,
Sure.
but would you mind just confirming that that's your phone number?
Yeah, that's my phone number.
And you had and additionally, he had told you, I hate putting on a fake face, but it is what it is, and he would have texted that to you on December 24th, 2023.
It can't be.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was there a question? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Did you have a text message from your brother saying, I hate putting on a fake face, but it is what it is?
I don't know. If you have a text.
Of course. You can take a look. This is 168, page 8, and it'll be on just the top there.
Yeah, you have the records.
Perfect. And you don't refute that that's a text message that your brother would have sent. It's just hard to remember.
Yeah, I just don't have my phone.
Yeah.
But I did keep my messages.
Yeah. And on January 2nd, Mr. West, your brother, would have texted you about Cynthia, correct?
On January 2nd, how would I know that? I don't have my phone.
Sure.
I don't recall text messages from over 2 years ago.
And now, is this a text message your brother would have sent you? Cynthia sent this to me, says if you have any questions about setting up your profile, that you could call her. She can also fill out the form on her end to refer if there's a job you're interested
Yeah, it's
in.
referencing medical because I've worked in the medical field.
Okay. And then he would have provided you with her phone number, correct?
Well, does it say that? Yeah. I just don't have my phone with me. Of course.
Of course. Just confirming with you since you're the one who was the exchange with. And now, Amy, you went to his house on the would have been the 20th, correct?
The 20th I was there. Mhm.
And you had indicated on direct examination you thought it was a good idea for Cynthia Ward to be there.
I wanted Cynthia to be there.
And she was there in her capacity to support Mr. West.
And all of us, any love and support she could get, yes.
And at this birthday celebration gathering, were his friends from the fire department there?
It wasn't an invite only thing, so no. It was,
So his friends from the fire department weren't there because it was invite only.
it wasn't a party. It was us coming together and supporting our family. It was not a gathering of a celebration. I want to be clear on that.
I understand, but referring you back to my question, this event that occurred on the 20th, his friends from the fire department were not there.
No, it was not an invite thing.
And Ted was there,
Yes,
Megan was there,
of course.
your mom was there,
Yes,
you were there.
yes.
Was Peggy there?
No, Peggy was not there. No. I'll stick to the question.
Was Marcy's brother there?
For one, he lives in Colorado, and I can't speak to why he'd even be there. It was our small family coming together. It wasn't a party.
Don't try to guess at the question's getting to. Listen to the question and answer it.
So at this this meeting thing on the 20th, Marcy's brother, you indicated that was invite only, correct?
I know I indicated it was not an invite kind of thing. It wasn't like that. If I said that, I apologize, I misspoke. It wasn't an invitation. It was simply, sorry.
Was Marcy's brother there?
No,
Was her sister-in-law there?
no,
Were any of her friends from work there?
no, it was not about that.
And it was just you, your family, and Cynthia.
And Caden, Megan's fiance, and Carter, my youngest daughter's boyfriend. All three of my daughters. Well, you asked who was there.
And You indicated when you had a discussion with us that you helped clean up the West residence when you were there, correct? And you had indicated that you felt it was kept in poor condition.
It was.
And you attributed that poor condition based on your knowledge of both the people to Marcy.
What was the last part? I apologize.
You contributed the mess in the home to Marcy.
Yes.
And because you indicated that you keep a very clean house and Mr. West keeps.
That is not what I said. Would you like me to tell you what I said?
No, that's
Okay.
And so also on the 20th, on that event, was that event occurring in the garage?
It was in the kitchen and in the garage. And we usually congregated in the kitchen where Megan made a cake.
And was Cynthia in both the garage and in the home?
Yes.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Redirect.
Sure. Amy, the gathering on the 20th, you said it wasn't really a party.
No.
Was the atmosphere lively and fun, or what was it?
It was somber. It was, no one felt like celebrating. No, I mean, Marcy had just passed. We were all aching. We were all hurting. We were crying at times. We were,
Appears to be
it was very
responsible.
emotional.
I'll overrule the objection, but the answer's been completed. Do you have additional questions?
Now, you said you attributed the mess in the house to Marcy. Why is that?
I said that what I said is that housekeeping was just not her strong suit. And it's always been that way from as far back as I can remember.
You've known Kevin your whole life. How's he? Is he a messy guy?
He's actually pretty clean. He did the laundry. He did the cooking. He would cook before he'd go to elk camp, make sure his family had food. He did the dishes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Bruce Brown?
No, no.
The witness